sunny Flamingo, Costa Rica, and it's just our luck. It's Mardi Gras today.
My wife's got to get back out there and get us some candy.
Nothing like getting hit in the face with candy, so let's cut our losses and take a tour of Flamingo.
As you cross the bridge into Flamingo, you'll notice the Mariner Inn. Popular with tourists and locals alike, Nadine and I have enjoyed some awesome fireworks displays here. Go just a little bit further, you'll notice a modern shopping center and Marie's restaurant. This is where the band will be playing later. Flamingo Beach offers ample opportunity for picture taking and fun activities. The most prominent hotel is Flamingo Beach Resort. Aside from their spacious rooms, Flamingo Beach Resort rents ATVs and jet skis as well. Right down the road from Flamingo Beach Resort, you'll find Coco Locos. Grab a drink and enjoy a meal while watching the sunset right on the beach. Let's head to the hills. It's a fun drive into the hills of Flamingo, and you'll find even more opportunities for great picture taking. Come on back down the hill and hook a left just past Marie's. Here you'll find other fine establishments such as Villa Bougainvillea, the Monkey Bar, and Willie's. Willie's is a great place to enjoy a cup of coffee, take some more pictures, and swim in their gorgeous pool. If you're looking to pick up some souvenirs, Flamingo offers most of the same items you might find in a more expensive store, and you're shopping right on the beach. Finally, as you're entering or leaving Flamingo, you'll notice the Flamingo Marina. If you'll be taking any scuba diving or fishing trips, you'll be leaving from here.
All right, y'all. Time to get up. The reason we're all here tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, put your hands together. Let's bring him up right now, Mr. Downchild, Canadian blues legend, Donnie Walsh.
Hello?
Hello, Rob.
Daniel, ¿cómo estás?
Daniel, hey, say hi to Eva for me.
What's going on, man?
Yes, how are you doing?
Hey, it was great running into you last night.
We really had a good time last night, didn't we?
Oh my God, Mardi Gras was amazing. The band was amazing. The parade, everything was crazy.
Yeah, the band was great. Weather today, it's absolutely gorgeous.
I'm gonna take some pictures, okay?
Okay. So, what's going on?
Donnie Walsh, of course, was the lead there in the band, and he's a personal friend of mine. Matter of fact, I'm going to be going over there today to talk about a fishing trip. Would you like to go?
You know that guy?
Donnie is world class. He's a personal friend of mine. He's made, I don't know how many albums, maybe 20 albums. He's fantastic.
All right. What time are you going?
See you probably about 11 o'clock, okay?
Okay, cool. You want me to meet you at your house?
I'll come and pick you up.
Okay, let's do it. So what a show last night.
Wow, wasn't that fantastic?
Oh my God,
Wow.
was Donnie a pretty laid back guy? Like, what do you know about him?
Yeah, he really is. It seems like nothing excites him, but he is really a cool guy. His music just really says it all.
Yeah, definitely. You know what I like the most about his performance? You can definitely tell he's having a blast.
Yes.
And so that's
yeah,
like contagious, you know.
Yeah.
He's having fun, so that you're having fun. And
Well, it is contagious. You know, it just permeates throughout the entire audience.
absolutely. And you know, I could have saw that in your dance, and you and your wife were going off.
The movie The Blues Brothers was based upon his story.
Wow, how cool is that?
Yeah.
I'd love to meet Dan Aykroyd as well.
Yeah.
This is where Donnie lives.
Yeah,
down this
Donnie
way?
lives right ahead of us there.
Wow.
He's got a condo right on the beach.
Perfect.
Yep,
Let's
perfect.
do it.
Hey, man.
Hey, Daniel.
Hey, how are you? Good to see you.
You too.
This is my fishing buddy, Donnie Walsh. This
Hi,
is
Donnie.
Rob.
Hi, Rob.
It's a pleasure to meet you. I saw you at Mardi Gras last night. It was just like incredible.
great.
You really brought it.
We had a good time.
Hey, we still on for tomorrow?
Tomorrow,
Fishing?
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, good.
Coco.
Good. Yeah.
Looking forward to it. Hey, you want to come along?
Are you kidding me? Heck
That'd be
yeah.
great.
Thank you, man.
You're
That's
excellent.
awesome, bro. Yeah, great.
For sure. Well, come on in. Yeah, we'll have a cocktail.
All right.
Wow. Donnie, when did you first know you wanted to be a musician?
I played guitar when I was a little kid, maybe 8 or 9. Took some guitar lessons, but I never really played much after that until I heard a Jimmy Reed record at my girlfriend's birthday party.
Okay.
That was it.
How old were you then?
16.
How cool is that?
Oh yeah, it was great.
So I just wonder, like, what was your first big break? How did you break into the business?
One of the big things is to get a steady gig so that you can perform.
Sure.
I got a gig at a small bar in Toronto. We played through the week because they didn't need a band on the weekend because they were packed anyway.
Right.
It's a fairly small place, local bar called Grossman's Tavern. And the crowds were great. And it was pretty much packed every night and lined up out the door.
I'm told that you're the inspiration for the Blues Brothers. How did that come to be?
Well, before there was Saturday Night Live, Dan Aykroyd was from Ottawa, Canada. He was in Toronto with a group similar to Second City.
Right.
And of course, they got out earlier than the bands than the bars closed, and they would come down and see. We played in Toronto a lot then,
Right.
so they would come down and see the band after their gigs.
Mm-hmm.
So there was Dan and Gilda Radner and a few other people, and the whole crew used to come down.
How awesome is that?
Yeah, it was great. Dan Aykroyd was there, Gilda Radner.
Wow.
And, yeah, a whole bunch of them.
That's so neat.
Yeah, it was great. And then Dan went to Saturday Night Live, where he hooked up with John Belushi, and they became friends right away. And Belushi, of course, being from Chicago. Dan asked John about the blues in Chicago, and he was a rock guy. He really liked rock. so Aykroyd sort of couldn't believe that. So he said that, well, I gotta play you some blues. So of course he had Downchild albums.
Uh-huh.
So he played a bunch of the Downchild albums. I think we had 3 or 4 out at that time. When they finally decided, they put the Blues Brothers thing together, and then they finally decided to do an album. The first album was live in LA.
Okay.
And they did a couple of my songs. One I co-wrote with my brother. It was their first album.
Oh, okay.
And it was a live album in LA.
That must have been pretty exciting. How did you feel at that time? Was that did it feel like you were turning over a new leaf and going further? And
Oh, definitely going further.
Yeah.
But that album sold 3 million copies in no time.
Wow.
Yeah, it was big. And the publicity that you can't buy, they said on the album, they said, here's a tune by Downchild Blues Band. So it was perfect.
You can't beat that. That is awesome.
No, that was great.
How true to life is it, the Blues Brothers movie, compared to your life? How true to life is the Blues Brothers?
It was a fabulous movie.
Yeah,
I loved it.
Yeah.
But I don't remember any bazookas and rocket launchers. Well, it's a movie.
Yeah,
and it's a
of
comedy
course.
movie, and it was I had a lot of stuff go on, and it was weird.
I happen to know that you're a winner of a Juno Award. How did it feel to win the Juno Award and be acknowledged in such a way for your work?
The first one was a long time ago, and it was album cover.
Okay.
Best album cover.
Best album cover.
So my line was always, "Thank you very much. Sorry about the music."
That's great.
And I can't remember what won the other one for. That was a few years back too.
Finally, how does a famous award-winning musician end up here in Costa Rica? What's your Costa Rica story?
A friend of mine, who I met near where I live in Canada, he was coming here to Costa Rica for quite some time, and he told me, "Come on over, just come over for a month." There was a kind of a turning point after bands used to play in bars for 6 or 7 nights a week, and then they'd move on to another bar or like this.
Right.
Nowadays, it's almost always one-nighters. Around the time that started to change, I noticed that there's not much work after New Year's Eve, January, February,
Right.
and then it got longer than that, middle of March.
Mm-hmm.
So I started going down south for the winter.
Good move.
Yeah. Well, I could sit there or sit there, but
Yeah.
either way I'd just be sitting. So here we are right there on the beach.
And here you are, Costa
Yeah.
Rica. And if people want to buy your music online, the new album, Downchild, I Need a Hat, where can they find that if they wanted to get that online?
Go to downchild.com.
Downchild.com.
Yeah, get the
Perfect.
whole story.
Okay, excellent. we catch them for dinner, Daniel?
I am so excited. This is our first cooking show, and I have the privilege of doing it with my friends, Eva and Daniel, at their incredible house, Villa Bougainvillea. And Eva, come on over, say hi.
Hi.
Oh, sweetie.
Hi, everybody. I'm so excited.
The things I love most about Costa Rican food is 1, it's easy, 2, it's fresh, and 3, it's not over-seasoned. So for our first cooking show, we're gonna do some simple things. A mango cabbage salad. We're gonna do some roasted potatoes, right?
Oh, will be great.
That'll be easy. And maybe fish, because I am not 100% sure they're gonna bring home anything. So maybe fish, maybe not. They're going out for red snapper. So knowing my husband, he might bring home nothing, or it is Costa Rica, so he might bring home everything. So we're hoping we're gonna cook some fish, hopefully red snapper, which is super easy, and this is why I love to cook it, is you just put it in the oven, you season it lightly, and that's all you have to do.
I hope you will be using my own mango.
Your own mango, see, this is what's great about
From my
Eva.
tree.
We pick things right out of her backyard, which is awesome.
We have avocados, we have lemons, we have, of course, mangoes.
Eva, superstar.
Staying there.
Now that we know what we're cooking, let's go ahead and cut up some of the vegetables while Eva collects more fruit from her backyard. The first thing we're gonna do when we're making our mango slaw is cut up a red onion. The best thing to do with an onion, so you don't cut your fingers, is to cut straight down. I'm gonna remove the skin. It comes off nice and easy. We're gonna keep the bottom part on because it will help us make cutting a lot easier. And what I love about red onions are that they're a little sweeter and they add a lot of color to the dish and they're just prettier. Now that is pretty. We're gonna grab a clean plate and move it on over to make room for our yellow onion. We're going to need a couple of these for our mango salad and for our potatoes. One of the things I love about living in Costa Rica are the mangoes, and they are everywhere. They fall from trees on the side of the highway. Today, I'm looking for ones that have more red and yellow in them because they're sweeter, and that's what we want for our mango slaw. So we're going to cut it, and we're going to take the very bit of the bottom off. Now that we got a flat surface, we're going to cut each side, and there is a thick seed in there. And we're going to do the other side. And you can smell how fresh it is. It is so good already. The majority of what you're going to eat with this mango is going to come from these two halves. And it's really simple. All you have to do is take a knife and make some slits down here. You're going to make a checkerboard pattern. And you're going to have nice even squares. You really want to look at the color of the mango. My favorite are when they almost look like a rainbow. A little bit of red on it, some yellow. That way they're a little sweeter. If they're more green, they're more tart. But some people like that. They actually put salt on them. Now that we made this tic-tac-toe pattern, we're going to take this piece and turn it inside out. And when you do that, you'll see they start to pop up. And you're going to see how easy this is. Take your knife, and there are your mango chunks. It couldn't be any easier. There is a difference between a mango and a manga. Technically, these are mangas, not mangoes. Mangoes are actually smaller and they're yellow. My guests are going to love this. Now we're up to our main ingredient for our mango slaw, the cabbage. We're going to put the flat side down and we're going to make nice, thin cuts. Very, very, very thin. And this is going to feed a lot of people. The ingredients for the mango salad are so fresh and simple that for the dressing, I like to use something a little richer. But it's going to be just as easy. What we have here is a little bit of salt and pepper, a cup of mayonnaise, a cup of mango chutney, and a little bit of sesame seeds that we're going to mix in it and then put on top. We're going to take the mayonnaise, just mix it into a bowl. Same thing with the mango chutney. It smells good. I'm going to take a little bit of sesame seeds, just a touch, and a dash of salt and pepper. And that's how easy it is. Just mix the ingredients together, and now you have the dressing for your mango slaw. We have all the ingredients ready for our mango salad. So first, let's mix together our cabbage with about a 1/4 cup of white onions, a 1/4 cup of our beautiful red ones. Now this is going to make the dish look beautiful. And all of our mango, our delicious sweet mango. Our salad is now ready for the dressing. I will just drip this over the salad. You really want to mix the dressing well. Get it all throughout the cabbage. You may even want to let it sit for around 5 to 10 minutes. All that's left is to sprinkle some extra sesame seeds and mango on top. And there it is, my version of Costa Rican mango salad.
Oh, that was a good trip.
Let's at least make big salad.
Big salad, just in case. Okay, and I brought some potatoes, so just in case, because
We will be not hungry.
Rob jumps to catch a fish. Rob jumps in the ocean to catch it.
Daniel's items are very lucky.
Well, we need
Amazing.
fish for at least 5 people tonight. So
I know.
I hope they caught something.
Hey, you got dinner cooked yet?
Hey!
Our boys are home.
Okay, you got something
You
for
want
us?
something or you joking?
You know,
You did it right, but this time I did get a little.
He just did excellent, but
It's practically not
quite. They don't come eat ready when you take them out of the ocean.
Thanks to Danielle for getting these beautiful red snappers all cleaned up for us to cook. Now we're ready to season it. Eating should be an experience. So if it tastes good and it looks good, it adds to the experience of the whole night. Usually, I would just sprinkle a little bit of olive oil on, some salt and pepper, and that's it. But today's extra special. We have some great guests coming, and I want to put some butter and breading and parsley on top. First thing we're going to do is add 3 pads of butter on each fish. And you could take the knife and swirl it around a little bit. This is going to help my breadcrumb stick. And we're going to do the same thing to the other fish. Just smear it in. It is a special occasion. I normally don't use this much butter. It's a lot of calories and a lot of fat. But every so often it's nice to treat yourself. And I really want to impress my guests tonight. And next thing I'm going to do is grab some salt and pepper and just go over it just like that. We don't need too much. The next thing is the breadcrumbs. And this is going to make the fish beautiful. And we're just going to go over it. And it's important to get it on the face, like I said before. Let's make this fish as pretty as possible. There we go, and that butter is going to really help those breadcrumbs stick. Okay, and then we're going to use some parsley. I'm going to put some on top, but I'm going to save some because we want some fresh parsley at the end. I'm going to gently press the breading into the fish. You know, I used to be a chiropractor, so I will check to see if anything needs an adjustment. There we go. I'm going to preheat my oven to 350 degrees. Now it's ready for the oven. Okay. We're going to cook it until the top is a nice golden brown. Our fish looks about done. It's nice and brown and crispy. So we're going to take it out of the oven and let it cool off before we serve it to our guests. Look how beautiful that is.
Thanks, man.
My wife almost killed the Blues Brother with cabbage.
Nadine, the mango salad just turned out fantastic, and the potatoes were just superb, honey.
Thank you guys for coming home with that fresh fish.
This fish is excellent, tender and
Wonderful.
fresh. Everything's
It
delicious.
is perfect. It really is good.
Absolutely.
Nadine, I have to tell you, we enjoyed the book so much. In both books, as a matter of fact. Every morning when we get up, we have our morning coffee, we sit together, and I read out loud. I read two or three chapters, and we laugh, but especially we learned about Rob.
What was the most ridiculous thing that my husband did in the books that made you
Oh,
laugh?
there were so many things.
I'm glad to know there was so many ridiculous things I did.
You're absolutely ridiculous, Rob. You have to pick the best. I'm trying to choose. I mean,
Not me.
Sorry, sweetie.